Some were happy with the mauling we got at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last week. Liverpool smashing 6, knocking it out of the stadium against Tottenham Hotspur. Excuses were given out, injuries, everything else. However, a lot of people were happy with that performance because they were entertained. The neutrals were entertained. Tottenham got battered everywhere they go. 6-3 to Liverpool. It's Christmas Day. Santa's been around. Has he been giving presents to Tottenham Football Club and the Tottenham fans? Because tomorrow, Boxing Day, Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. You know who's made them proud, who's made them really, really proud. So, I am Sid Spurs. We are PRTV Spurs. I'm on my own because everybody else is celebrating Christmas. So, let's get Tottenham Hotspur at Nottingham Forest preview. Let's get it on the road. What a miserable week. What a miserable week. Welcome and thank you for joining PRTV Spurs, your one channel for everything Spurs related. However, we have to talk about what happened the other day. Spurs 3, Liverpool 6. For me, I don't know about the rest of them, it was a thrashing. It was a thrashing. Yes, they're the top table toppers, but boy, we just opened the back door and we just let them in. We let them in. And I tell you what, there were no traffic lights because they were coming at us. No red lights. They were just on constant go, go, go on another day. And I said this after stream, actually, after we'd done the preview for the Liverpool game. I did say that we could get a mauling. It could get embarrassing. And that not so embarrassing thing was the fact that we didn't score or concede more than 6. It was a terrible performance. Liverpool were at it. Did the manager get it wrong? Did the players down tools? There's a lot of debate going on. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Spurs fans. Some are Ange out, some are Ange in, some are Ange change. That performance for me was just diabolical. You knew exactly what you was going to get against Liverpool, top of the league. Yes, they had a break. We played Thursday. They didn't. They played Wednesday. However, you know what? Margie, Robert, Will Smith, and everybody else will be happy now because they won't be happy, actually, because their jobs are on the line. Suicide Squad, whenever they're making the third one, there's a lot of Tottenham players and the manager that could take their roles in that film, and people will be entertained. People will be entertained. Anyway, we're not going to discuss the Liverpool game now because it's done. It's over. The famous phrase, we move, we move. However, the person we brought in, and his words were, I'm going to make you proud, got sacked. He moved on to pastures new. He moved on to the City Ground, home of Nottingham Forest Football Club. And I'll tell you that now, he is making that football club and them fans proud. And I will say it in capital letters, proud, because Forest are on fire. Alicia Keys is going to be playing there tomorrow because these boys are on fire. They are literally on fire. Who would have expected Nottingham Forest to be in the position that they are at this precise moment with the players that they've got? Yes, they've got a decent squad. They've got Elanga, they've got Hudson-Odoi, they've got Chris Woods firing on all cylinders. They've got Yates, they've got Morgan Gibbs. Their defenders, Morello and everybody else, they're on fire. They're on fire. And I'll tell you what, I would hate it. I would hate it to go to Nottingham Forest tomorrow, because there's one team that you don't want to be playing apart from Liverpool, is Nottingham Forest. Because that team, we could get another mauling tomorrow, because Forest do like to play on the counter, and they've got some decent players. We could have handled Elanga last time as well. It's going to be interesting. Thank you for joining PRTV Spurs, wherever you are. Make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, PRTV Spurs. Make sure you do it. Hope everyone's had a wonderful Christmas. Hope everyone's been enjoying themselves, having merry, having a few drinks, having whatever they want to do, however you want to celebrate it. But tomorrow you'll be needing more drinks, in my opinion, because if we get beat to Forest tomorrow as well, oh my God, there's going to be a lot of people wishing they weren't sober, wishing they had more. Please, sir, can I have some more? Anyway, let's do the preview then. Like I said, I'm on my Jack Jones today. So let's get this show on the road. Nottingham Forest versus Tottenham Hotspur at the City Ground. Is there anyone going to get a stuffing tomorrow? Is Nottingham Forest going to stuff Spurs, or are Spurs going to go to the Forest of Nottingham and come back? I was going to say steal from the rich and give to the poor, but unfortunately, it's going to be the opposite way around. Forest are going to steal from Spurs. So, head-to-head then, as we go into this game. 14 games in the Prem, because they've not been in the Prem that long, actually. Spurs have won 7, 4 of which have been at home, 3 away. Nottingham Forest have won 6, 3 at home, 3 away. I mean, we've played them 100 and whatever times altogether, but this is just in the Prem League. So we've won 7, they've won 6, so quite tight. We've won 3 times at their ground, and they've won 3 times at our ground. So it's pretty even. However, this is a resurgent Nottingham Forest under Nuno Espirito Santos, the manager we sacked, the manager we didn't give time. Yeah, like we're giving Ange time, we didn't give this guy as much time, and look what he's doing. People might say, yes, it's Nottingham Forest, they're getting lucky, blah, blah, blah. You know what? You can only beat what's in front of you, and they're doing a tremendous job. Last 2 meetings then with Spurs and Forest on the 15th of December. Spurs 2-0 victors with a Richarlison header and a Kulusevski no-look shot into the back of the goal. Kulu run right that day. And the Postecoglou, 28th of August 2022, Spurs won again 2-0 with 2 goals from Harry Kane. And then we've not, obviously, prior to that, it goes back into the 90s. So what I've done is I've just done the last 5 meetings. 7th of April 2024, Spurs 3, Nottingham Forest 1. 15th of December 2023, Forest 0, Spurs 2. 11th of March 2023, Spurs 3, Forest 1. 24th of August 2022, Forest 0, Spurs 2. And the 17th of April 1999, Forest 0, Spurs 1. Spurs have won every single one of the last 5 meetings, which bodes well for Spurs. But as if you've joined us many times when we've done the preview shows before, we've got records galore on vinyl, CDs, whatever you want, and there's always been broken, not by Spurs, because you've not won a game, you've not scored a goal, you want to do whatever, you come and play Mr. Tottenham, who are now being promoted to Dr. Tottenham, and we will open the gates for you to come and take the 3 points. However, this does look a little bit more promising, but stats don't mean jack shit. Spurs are the main culprits of that. Forest are on fire. Forest are on form. So let's see what happens with that. Last 5 games, it's not looking good. Whichever way you look at it, Spurs, Liverpool, Southampton, Chelsea, Bournemouth and Fulham. Lost 6-3 to Liverpool at home. At freaking home, conceding 6 Goals. You're supposed to be building your home stadium as a fortress. We're doing the opposite, man. We're building a fortress which is being knocked down for 6. Beat Southampton 5-0. Lost to Chelsea 3-4. Lost to Bournemouth 1-0. Drew with Fulham 1-1. Our last 3 home games, we've conceded 4 against Chelsea. We conceded 3 in a 4-3 win against Man United in the Carabao. And we conceded 6 to Liverpool at home. So we've conceded 13 goals. Nottingham Forest, on the other hand, Brentford, Aston Villa, Man United, Manchester City, Ipswich, they have drawn at City Ground against Brentford, who Brentford were on fire. Drew with Villa 3-3. That must have been a good derby. Man United, they beat 2-0. Manchester City, they beat 3-2. And Ipswich, they beat 2-0. So we've lost 3, drawn 1, won 1. And they have drawn 3, drawn 2, won 3. Sid, what are you doing live on Christmas Day? Well, Boxing Day tomorrow, Mark, and we're playing away. I wanted to bring a show to everyone because I know a lot of people will be celebrating Christmas, will be happy, will be merry, because they know Spurs are playing tomorrow and they're going to be miserable tomorrow. And I don't celebrate Christmas. So I thought I'll do a show. If people want to join, people have got nothing or just a little bit tired after having turkeys and their roast and a lot of drink, they might just want to chill, relax, and listen to me talk about Tottenham. I'm not here to make you miserable because I can make you feel good. Anyway, let's carry on. So they have won 3, drawn 2. We have lost 3, won 1, drawn 1. Oh, and if I've not already mentioned, I hope everyone's had a wonderful Christmas because it's the most wonderful time of the year. And then Spurs play tomorrow. And it's the most miserable time of the year. Right, so position-wise, Tottenham 11th. Nottingham Forest are 4th. Spurs have won 7. Forest have won 9. We've drawn 2. They've drawn 4. We have lost 8 games into the season, ladies and gentlemen. The last time we lost this many games, last season, it was in April. So we're 4 months ahead and we've already lost 8 freaking games. They've lost 4. Nottingham Forest have lost 4 games. Average goals we're scoring is 2.29. They're not scoring that many, 1.35. But it's the results that matter. We're being entertained. Average goals conceded per match. Spurs 1.47, 1.12. Nottingham Forest. 4 clean sheets, 6 for the Forest. 2.65 chances created by Spurs. They're creating 1.65. Our biggest win is 5-0. Theirs is 3-0. Our biggest defeat is 6-3, 3-0. So, as the stats start here, they're only scoring 1.35 a game. And they're 4th in the league. However, they're only conceding 1.12. And chances created per game is 1.65. So, if you're looking at that, and I didn't say they were 4th, you'd be like, wow, that is madness. We're scoring 2.29 per game, which is almost, well, not almost, but near double to them. We're conceding 1.47, which would have been a lot less had we not conceded 6 in the last 2 games. Clean sheets, it is what it is. We don't tend to keep clean sheets anyway. And we're creating a lot of chances. The biggest thing for me here is we've lost double the game on Christmas Day, up to Christmas Day, as Nottingham Forest have. We've lost 8 games. They've only lost 4 games. It's madness, absolutely madness. What Nuno Espirito Santos has done at Nottingham Forest is just absolute insane. And I'll tell you now, I'll say it now, if they get into Europe this season, there's only one person that gets manager of the year for me. It's got to be this guy, because with what he's got at his disposal, he is making Forest, even Robin Hood, proud. Fry Tucker, all of them will be massively proud. So well done to Nottingham Forest for what they're doing. Well done indeed. I'll come to my prediction in a second. Dino is in the house, so is Mark Swift. Dino saying, Sid, were the fans really singing Angie's name after letting in 6? Yes, they were. But this is the team and the fans again. Last season when we got suicide mission against Chelsea with 9 men, they were singing his name and they got applauded off the pitch. So it is what it is. I guess nobody wanted to talk about Liverpool v Spurs. Unfortunately, it wasn't available to do it, so we was busy, so we couldn't do it. However, it would have been on for about 4 days if we had gone on there, because it would have been into meltdown. However, we're not allowed to have a meltdown for Spurs fans because we got players injured, we got players suspended, Ange hasn't got what he wants, so we can't mourn about it. We've just got to sit, grin, and take it. I'll say it how it is. It was a shit performance. We got away with murder. We could have been absolutely kicked out of that park that day if Liverpool had their boots on. But we scored 3, conceded 6. There's a lot of things we can say about that. You're in the game at 2-1. You've just scored 2-1. 4 minutes to half time. Why don't you, as Grange Hill said, just switch off your television, go and do something less boring instead? Stay at home, watch TV. Fuck that. No good to me. No. Sit back, see the game out till half time, go in at 2-1. You can have a 15-minute chat. Players can get refreshed, re-energized. You come out, it's a different game then, because Liverpool know that you're at home. You're going to come at them. But for 4 freaking minutes, you don't want to sit back and defend just a 2-1 deficit going into the break. You want to try and continue going forward. Bad management, bad from the players, I don't know. People are saying different things. I say it's man management. Manager should be doing better. Manager should be telling his players to control it, see the game out. But I don't have to talk about it. Shh. People get upset. Dinosaur cannot take it anymore. We should sack him now. 2 legs against Liverpool. Hell no. Hell no. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I don't know, you know. Mark Swift, happy Xmas to all. Hudson-Odoi and Elanga, great pace. Spence and Udogie must start. Do you know what? I'll do my team in a minute. Angie needs to take every training session from now. Listen, we've been talking about this situation with the training. We've been saying this since last year. Does Ange actually take the training sessions? Has he got a group of coaches that do it, and does he just sit there, or does he stand there, or what does he do? Because Eric Dyer said last season categorically that we do not practice set pieces in training, right? And Angie said it himself as well, that you don't need to worry about that. So who is doing this training, and what are they actually training on? We don't know, Dino. We don't know. I'm assuming Ange does take it, but what are they actually doing in the training session? We don't know, because don't know how to defend. This team, I mean, against Liverpool, apparently the 4 defenders came out and they were practicing together. Maybe so, but then you got training sessions. So what exactly are you? If there's anybody in the group, anybody anywhere that knows anything more about the trainings, please let me know. If there's any footage of who takes the training, we don't know. I mean, this is the manager who stands on the touchline, no reaction, head down all the time, while every other manager's reacting, proactive, whatever. To me, it seems that he doesn't, but I don't know. I don't know who does it. And We will never know. We will. I don't know. But tomorrow's game, Forest, you've got to give them credit, man. They are playing so good. I mean, last week when they played Brentford at home, I had my money. Was it Brentford they beat? Yeah, I had my money on Brentford because Brentford at home, they don't beat. They were unbeaten at home, scored the most amount of goals at home. Forest went there and done them. So this Forest team, I don't know what Nuno's got them doing. Yeah, they've got players there. There's some unheard of players. They've got decent players there. And as Dino said here, Hudson-Odoi's pace. Elanga's got great pace. Elanga's on fire at the precise moment. You can't go wrong with him. Morgan Gibbs is on fire. Well, he's on and off, but he plays well. Chris Woods is on total fire, you know. So this is going to be a very, very tough game because Forest are fourth in the league. They're firing on all cylinders. They're probably 2-3 points away from safety, but they're not looking at that. They're probably looking at Europe. They've got a loaded chairman who's going to pump money into it. But most importantly for me, Nuno will want to prove something tomorrow to that bald-headed person that's going to be there from Spurs in the stands to say, you know what, mate, you done the wrong thing. You shouldn't have sacked me. You did not give me the opportunity. Look what I have done. Look what I am doing. And the biggest cherry on the cake for him tomorrow will be to beat Spurs and just look Daniel Levy in the eye and say, mate, I'm making this team proud and I've made myself proud. Thank you for getting me sacked. It's going to be a very interesting game. Very, very interesting indeed. Very interesting indeed. Team news-wise, Bentancur comes back. Bentancur comes back tomorrow. However, whether he starts or not, I don't know because Ange has said in his press conference that he might not start him because he's had X amount of weeks out. It's too soon to go straight back into the team. Says the guy who brought in Van de Ven and Romero straight back after months of injury in a massive game against Chelsea. Yeah, but that was okay to do that. But to bring a Bentancur who's been training, who's not been injured, is fully fit, not to play him tomorrow because he's been away for X amount of games, doesn't make sense. Absolutely does not make sense. And if he doesn't start tomorrow, then honestly, I would be asking questions because we all saw how Bissouma was poor against Liverpool. Literally, second half, he was piss poor. And his performances are on and off. Yeah, you're hot and you're cold, you're in and you're out. Katy Perry special. So if he has another stinker tomorrow, then what happens? Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with this manager. Honestly, I don't know. The team I'm going to put up is what I want to see, as always. It's not what, everyone's got their opinions. So if you've got an opinion on the team for tomorrow, let me know. But this is my lineup for tomorrow. So starting in goal will be Ben Foster. Not even Ben Foster. Fraser Foster. The reason it's not going to give Austin a chance. And yes, Foster's making mistakes, but there's nothing more we can do. I'm hearing all sorts of rumours about January. We're linked with every keeper in the world. Peter Shilton, Ray Clements, I've heard. Shea Given, I've heard. Eric Torsvet, I've even heard as well. Even Bobby Mims as well, apparently. So we're linked with everyone, but we're not going to get anyone. Hugo Lloris might come back. You never know. At right back, this is the question now. For me, enough is enough. I've seen enough of Pedro Porro that I don't want to see again. So for me, he has to tomorrow start with Spence at right back. The reason I'm saying this is because he's been playing at left back because Destiny got injured. Destiny Udogie is back tomorrow. So for me, he starts on the left. Spence has to start on the right. Has to. Because again, Forest is paced down the left and the right with Elanga, Hudson-Odoi. It's going to cause us problems. And Mr. No Man's Land, or Mr. Nowhere to be seen, if he does a Paul Daniels and starts doing his disappearing acts into every other position apart from where he's supposed to be, then we're going to be in for a long, long day. So for me, Spence starts at right back. Centre-backs, Dragusin, who didn't have a very good game against Liverpool, and Gravenberg has actually said, or was it Szoboszlai that said this week, they targeted Dragusin for the Liverpool game. They targeted this man, and the aim was perfect because they caused him all sorts of trouble. And I think Dragusin had probably one of his worst games this season. Alongside him, again, is going to be Archie Gray, 18-year-old, playing very well, no matter where you play him. It's a bit of a tough ask tomorrow because Chris Woods, if he plays, it's going to be a mismatch, in my opinion. And Chris Woods will be all over Archie Gray. No disrespect to Archie Gray, but against Chris Woods, he's not going to have a cat in hell's chance. But top player, fair play to him, and he's just getting better and better, in my opinion. Left back, Destiny starts, or he's back. Let's see what happens. Midfield, this is a problem we've got now. Bentancur, I want to start tomorrow because this guy's been awful. And he was against Liverpool. However, if he is not to start Bentancur tomorrow, then I think he starts with Bissouma, Papasar, and James Maddison. With Kulu on the right. This guy is unbelievable. I don't care about Levy. Levy don't care about me. All I care about is Kulusevski. Top player. He's in form at the moment. On and off with Son again, but Werner's available. Does he start with Werner? I don't think so. Son starts. And up top is Dominic Solanke. Right, this is my predicted team. If I was to alter it in the middle, I'll probably go with Saar instead of Bissouma and bring in Bergwall. But I don't think he will do that because to have Saar and Bergwall in that middle, then again, though, you know what? It can't be any worse than having Bissouma and Saar. So this is my prediction. If anybody thinks anybody else should be getting a goal, please let me know. But that's what I think anyway. Knowing me, it'll probably be a different team completely because Werner's available. Johnson's available. So whether Johnson starts, Kulu goes into that middle with Maddison and Bissouma, Johnson on the right. Who knows? Plus, don't forget, Johnson's going back to his former club, Forest. So he'll probably want to have the upper hand on his former club. But then again, they got the manager who wants upper hand on his former club. It's going to be very interesting. So that's my team lineup. And finally, let's have a look at the league table. Liverpool are on top, 16 played, 39 points. Nottingham Forest are fourth with 31 points. And then we got Spurs, 11th position on 23 points. We are 8 points behind Nottingham Forest. That's fucking shocking. Shocking. However, it is what it is. The table never lies. And that is the table. We are 11th in the league. Potentially, we could go down further if we lose, or we could probably stay where we are, depending on the other results. Might be a little bit up and down with the other two teams. Score predictions then, please. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Tomorrow at the City Ground, 3 p.m. kickoff. Nottingham Forest versus Tottenham Hotspur. 4th versus 11th. What are we saying it's going to be the score? I will give you my prediction. I honestly believe this is a very tough game. Very tough game. Forest are on a roll. Forest will want to continue that roll. Like I mentioned before, Nuno going back, coming against his former employers, will want to rubber stamp Spurs' miserable last week or so. And they'll be pumped up. They will be pumped up. Spurs, on the other hand, you just got battered 6-3 by Liverpool. And you're then travelling to Nottingham to play an informed Forest side. Dinosaur saying 3-3. He loves to be entertained. I think he just wants to be entertained, doesn't he? Mark's 50 is going for 2-2. Do you know what, guys? Honestly, the way we're playing at this precise moment, it could be anything. It could be anything. Remember, 4-3, 4-3, 6-3 is our last 3 results in Cup and League. We're going to Nottingham Forest, who like to score goals as well. Oh, do we get a result there tomorrow? I honestly don't think we do. Honestly, I don't think we do. Fair play to you, Dino. Fair play to you, Mark, that we're going to get a point out of it. But I honestly don't think we get a point out of it because we're just shot to bits. We're shot to bits. And it's how the players react tomorrow. It's how Ange reacts tomorrow. I think Forest will beat us 2-1. I've got a funny feeling Forest will win 2-1. Like I said to you, depending on the lineups, if Pedro Porro starts on the right, then Ilanga and Hudson-Odoi are going to have a field day. They're going to have an absolute field day. And Chris Wood's set pieces, we're shit at set pieces. Forest could cause us trouble. And that midfield, if we're not up for it, Yates and Gibbs White are going to run riot. I think they're going to run riot because Basuma, if he plays like he did against Liverpool, Morgan Gibbs White will just steamroll him. So I honestly think the misery continues for Spurs. I think it's an uphill task going to the City Ground tomorrow, especially where the Forest are playing. There's a lot on the table tomorrow. There's a lot of personal vendetta kind of issues going on there as well. So I honestly believe Nuno's going to do everything possible tomorrow to heap more misery on Spurs. Sorry, but that's how it is. I've learned now because I've been backing Spurs all along, every game, and they're just not turning up. And I honestly don't believe they turn up after getting battered by Liverpool 6-3. Then we've had a bit of a break for Christmas, and I don't know if they've been training or not. I'm sure they have. I probably might have come in today as well tomorrow, to be fair. But then when do they travel to Nottingham? Today in the evening? So have they trained this morning and then travelled, or are they? I don't know. I honestly don't know, but that's my opinion. That's my prediction. That's my team news. Let's see what happens. Wherever you are tomorrow, wherever you're watching the game at 3 p.m, I believe it's on live on Prime Sports. Enjoy the game. If you're a neutral, you will be entertained because that's all we do. We entertain because we don't change our philosophies. We don't change our tactics. We don't change our game plans. We're there to entertain people. And as long as Daniel Levy is happy, his pockets are lined, and people are being entertained, then as Spurs fans, we don't care. Because he said it in his interview, you don't care about Spurs fans. We're just the mugs that go and watch Spurs week in, week out and get nothing for the money. I was at the Liverpool game, and the amount of Liverpool fans that were around me, the amount of different accents I heard, it was unbelievable. But if they're paying the money, if Daniel Levy's getting it, and he's getting neutral fans sitting in there, not proper true Tottenham fans, that's what he wants. That's what he'll get. Wherever you are tomorrow, please enjoy the game. I'm not going to enjoy the game because now I've decided that Spurs are Spurs and we're not going to enjoy games. It's going to be a misery. Kathy Bates is going to come back out. Have a great Christmas. Have a great New Year as well. We'll be back with the reaction show. Maybe tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. Win, lose or draw, we'll come back and we will give you the reaction. Have a great evening. And as always, come on you Spurs.